I'll be honest with you, I genuinely do not understand the ins and outs of this benefit at all. And that's why we have people like David Piatek over at VA Housing Education. I don't want to turn this into a promotional video, so let's just go straight into the VA news page as they have all this in plain language that even I can understand, all right? So here we go. This came out August 29th of 2024. So just about a month ago. What real estate industry changes mean for VA home loan borrowers? So specifically, we're talking about veterans. And I'm going to show you the structure of this. And so first, we're going to talk about what the changes are. Then we're going to talk about why does this change matter for veterans. This is going to be the key piece here. Then we're going to go into what this means for home buyers and then what this means for home sellers and then what veterans can do, okay? So what are the changes? Two changes. This settlement will require two big changes. Number one is when agents list homes on multiple listing service platform, they will no longer be able to include the buyer agent's compensation. And then two, buyers will be required to enter into written agreements with realtors before turning a home, and the agreement must include terms about their own agent's fees. Okay, so we're not in the dark anymore. It's pretty much what that tells me. Next is, why does this change matter for veterans using the VA guaranteed home loan benefit? So historically, veterans could not pay buyer broker fees when purchasing a home with a VA guaranteed loan. In June, VA announced an update to help ensure that veterans using the VA guaranteed home loan benefit remain competitive buyers. And this part is why this matters. Okay. Veterans need to be competitive, right? When you're going against other people, companies buying home, and then we have veterans specifically using the VA home loan. The VA home loan is not as competitive as others. This will help that. Specifically, eligible veterans, active duty service members, and surviving spouses who use their VA home loan benefits can pay for certain real estate buyer broker fees when purchasing a home as of August 10th of this year. This update was intended to ensure VA's program continues to promote access to home ownership, right? And that's for veterans. Now, what does this mean for home buyers? So if you're buying a home, this is you. If you're selling a home, this is you, okay? Often when you sell a home, you coincidentally become a home buyer because you got to live somewhere, right? So home buyers will now be required to sign a written agreement with their agent before touring a home. This contract must explain the buyer broker fee as negotiated by the home buyer and the agent. The buyer's written agreement must include the following four components. So a prominent disclosure of the rate of compensation. Compensation must be objective. Okay, so flat fees, percentages, hourly rates, not open-ended. A term that prohibits the agent from receiving compensation, and a prominent statement that broker fees and commissions are fully negotiable by the home buyer. All right. And agents involved and not set by the law. The seller may agree to offer compensation to your agent. Okay, cool beans. And buyers can still accept concessions from the seller. All right. What does this mean for home sellers? Sellers can offer compensation to buyer brokers. However, the seller's agent must clearly disclose and document the seller's approval. This compensation amount cannot, be included on the MLS listing. Sellers can still offer buyer concessions. And what veterans can do when finding an agent to work with, make sure you ask questions about compensation and understand what services are included. It's also your right to negotiate the fees prior to signing a written contract. My 2 cents on this is just like I advocate veterans understand their evidence, understand their claim as it pertains to them, and use a VSO to file, and they will help iron that out. That's my picture perfect claim. Versus just going to the VSO and relying on them for everything. You got to have some responsibility. It's the same case for VA home loan, okay? Understand your finances. Understand where you want to be. Do I want to live paycheck to paycheck? Or do I want a home I can afford this much, but I'm going to shop at this much, right? live within your means or well within your means, not paycheck to paycheck. Have that understanding, and then talk to someone like David Piatek who can walk you through that process and really make sure you are making the best financial choices, because buying a home or selling a home is a very major financial choice that can seriously either build your financial life or absolutely wreck it.